Hey friends, I'm Ella from New York. Please like and subscribe. I'm an only child, and my parents loved me so much and cared a lot about my musical talent, which they noticed when I was only 6. I played the piano, wrote songs, and sang too.
She's going to be a famous star one day. She sounds like an angel.
Believe me when I tell you I love music. I spend all my time singing and playing or listening to music. When I was 10, I even wrote my first song. Sadly, everything changed when I turned 13 and Mom and Dad divorced. Mom left us and we were devastated. But after 2 years, my dad met someone new. I didn't like the idea at first, but I didn't say anything because I wanted to see him happy again. One day, he told me that he had invited this woman and her 2 daughters. It's over for dinner.
You're going to like the girls, I promise. They're so nice and they're your age as well. You can finally have the sisters you always wanted.
When they finally came over, my soon-to-be stepmom Lindsay and her 2 daughters, Anna and Joanna, pretended to be nice to me, but I don't know why I felt like they were lying the whole time.
Oh my, look at you. Aren't you a dear?
I feel like we'll be best friends.
I like your hair so much. Can I see your room?
My dad and Lindsay got married after a short time, and she and her daughters moved in with us.
Our house is bigger than theirs, so we'll all fit in nicely together here. Anna and Joanna will keep you company all the time. Isn't this amazing?
Yeah, Dad, it is. I'm so excited. I really didn't like the idea because there was just something weird about them, but I didn't have the heart to say that to my dad. Not long after the wedding, my father came home one day looking extremely happy.
Girls, guess what? I got promoted.
Really, congrats. How much will they pay you?
I don't know yet, but I'll have to travel every now and again. It's a very important position.
But Dad, I don't like having you away for long.
Don't be silly. He'll make a lot of money. He has to take the job.
When are you going to travel? What will you bring for me?
I need a new phone, please.
What about me? I want a new laptop. Mine is old.
Baby, I've always wanted a diamond ring. The golden one is not so nice. Can you please get me one?
What about you, Ella? What do you want me to get you?
Nothing, Dad. Just don't stay away for too long. See, this is the sad part. I discovered that Lindsay had married my dad for his money, and she literally cared for nothing else. When Dad started to travel a lot, Lindsay, Anna, and Joanna showed their true colors. They were terrible. They treated me horribly. They were only nice to me when he was around.
Just stop playing the stupid piano you're playing. Sounds like nails on a chalkboard. You think you're a musician? Such a loser.
Yeah, stop it. Will you? You're giving me a headache.
Just like that, Lindsay didn't let me play the piano anymore. She didn't let me do anything, basically. Wait a minute, is that my shirt you're wearing?
It was your shirt. I liked it, so I took it. Do you have a problem?
Anna, why is your stuff in my room?
I'm bored with my room and it's very small. I want yours. It's bigger and nicer. Get the rest of your stuff out of my new room now.
That was the last straw. I couldn't take it anymore. I planned to tell my dad everything when he got back.
Oh my god, I never did that. You told me you wanted us to exchange rooms. I'm really hurt.
Didn't you give me this shirt because you took my orange one? I didn't take anything from you.
Oh my, I didn't let her play the piano. Why would I ever do that? If anything, I encouraged her to practice more.
What? What are you saying? I'm not lying.
Ella, I am very disappointed in you. I never thought you would lie to me. Lindsay and the girls are trying to be a family to you and you're telling lies about them. I never want to hear anything like that ever again.
I mean, the audacity. 2 years passed like this before everything changed when I learned tragic news. Apparently, the company Dad was working for was a fraud and he was in jail miles away. And if things were bad in the beginning, they got even worse. Lindsay and her daughters made my life terrible, and I didn't know what to do. Music was the only thing that helped me. When I saved enough money, I bought a secondhand microphone and downloaded an app that would let me play different kinds of instruments on it. I kept writing songs and music and recording them on my laptop and listening to them because I couldn't live without music. Wait a second, why don't I upload one of my songs online? Of course, I can't use my real name or picture because God knows what would happen if Lindsay or one of her daughters found out. But the idea isn't so terrible, is it? It's better than being this far away from music. After only 2 days, it had 100,000 views in the comments section. I could see that people loved the lyrics and the music despite the low quality of the video. So I started to post more and more songs. Soon everyone at school was talking about my songs that make me happy and sad at the same time because I couldn't tell them that it was me.
Have you listened to this new song by this mystery girl? Let me tell you, it's amazing.
Not yet, but I have to check it out now. I adore her songs.
If only we could know who she really is.
I literally know all her songs by heart.
But things didn't stay good for long for me. Joanna recognized my voice and playing somehow and told Lindsay,
What do you think you're doing? Playing smart and thinking I won't know?
I don't understand how someone like you got this number of views and likes.
She won't anymore. Give me this laptop now. I'm going to delete those stupid videos. If you do one more thing like this, you won't like what happened.
Please don't. Please.
Wait a minute, Mom. What if we could use her fame? We can make a lot of money if we let her write and record those silly songs of hers. And I'll pretend that I'm the one who's actually making them. The camera loves my face anyways.
What? You want to steal my music? Are you crazy?
That's a brilliant idea, darling. And you, Ella, have no say in this at all. You either do what we say, or you can say goodbye to your dad forever. I'll make sure he can't get out of that jail and stays there forever. I won't hire a lawyer or anything to save his butt. Got it.
This family was crazy. They were heartless. Lindsay bought better equipment and forced me to use it to record my music and songs. Joanna would shoot videos of herself pretending to sing and play the piano, but it was actually my voice, my music, and my lyrics. The number of views and likes on the video was crazy. She was becoming the new social media sensation, and she was making an insane amount of money. At school, everyone wanted to be your friend because she was the popular girl now.
Joanna, please come to my party this weekend. It would be a blast having you there.
Sign my shirt, Joanna. Please, please, please.
Can I get a selfie with you? Please say yes.
Meanwhile, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere other than school. It felt like I was in prison. Lindsay, Anna, and Joanna were watching me all the time because they were worried I'd reveal their secret. But I didn't, because I was afraid they'd leave Dad in jail forever. But things changed once more one afternoon.
Ella, you better listen to what I'm going to tell you carefully. There is a huge musical competition that's happening soon. And if I mean you created the best song, Dart, I can win a record deal with an important record label.
And how are you planning on recording an album exactly? Are you planning on dragging me behind you to the studio, letting everybody they know your truth?
That's none of your business. My mom will think of something. Start working on that song now.
I had no choice but to write a song on the required theme and record it.
Now I need to shoot a video for this song, but it needs to be perfect because I have to win this competition.
Guess what happened then? She won. She and Lindsay were over the moon, quite literally.
Mom, I just got a call from the record label. They want you and me to go tomorrow in the contract for the album.
That's perfect, honey. You'll be a star. Hey, Ella, you're coming with us tomorrow.
What? Me? Why would you want me to go with you?
What if they asked us some stupid question about music and singing? You'll be there to help Joanna answer. Understood?
Wasn't it enough that they were stealing my music and money? They also wanted me to watch them doing it. When we got there, Liam, the CEO himself, welcomed us.
Welcome to our company. It's been a pleasure meeting such a young and promising talent as you, Joanna. For how? How long have you been playing the piano and singing?
Since she was 10. She's the most unique kid ever.
That's nice. And have you had any teachers?
Well, I don't.
Oh no, she taught herself all that she knows about music. Isn't she amazing?
Sure. And you are?
Oh, that's Ella, my stepdaughter. She's one of our family, and we love her dearly, just like she loves us. Right, darling?
What? Yeah, sure.
Nice to meet you, Ella. I feel like you're surprised I'm the CEO because I'm young. I hear that a lot, but the truth is, this company belongs to my dad, and he only trusts me to run things around here.
I was sitting there silently, not saying much. This Liam was very nice, and to me especially, he kept trying to include me in the conversation, but Lindsay didn't like it.
Ella, dear, be a dear and bring me my shawl from the car, could you? I'm cold.
Sure. I understood that she wanted me out of the room because she wanted his full attention to be on Joanna. So I left the room and started walking aimlessly around the corridors of the company. Wow, look how many musical instruments are in this room. What is that, a huge piano? It wouldn't hurt if I played it for a minute, will it? I hadn't played a real piano for years because Lindsay sold mine. I missed this so much. I closed my eyes and started to play and sing my heart out. I didn't even feel the time passing. I didn't even feel Liam standing behind me by the door.
What's that? How's that possible? How is this your voice and not Joanna's? I don't understand.
Please just forget what you saw and heard.
Wait here.
After a couple of minutes, he came back with Lindsay and Joanna, who looked really scared when she saw me near a piano.
Why don't you play us that song that won you the competition before we sign the deal? It's only fair that I hear you play live.
What? Mom.
Let's leave that to another day. I'm afraid Joanna's not ready today. She's recovering from a bad cold.
I insist it's actually part of the contract's conditions.
Believe me when I say at that moment, I wouldn't want to be Joanna for anything in the world. She sat at the piano, tried to stroke the keys, but of course she couldn't play. She tried to sing in a low voice, but it was very clear that her voice wasn't even good. She was about to cry.
Ella, why don't you give it a try?
I was terrified for a second, but I told myself, come on, have some courage. Liam knows the truth now. I played and sang the song perfectly.
Ella, we would be honored to sign a deal with you.
What? What do you mean with her? It's my daughter who won the competition, not this. This girl?
Your daughter can't sing, ma'am. I know the truth now, so no need for more lies. What do you say, Ella?
Sure, I'd be crazy to say no. Let me tell you that the album I made with Liam was a hit. I had enough money to hire a lawyer and fight Dad's case, all with the help of Liam, and he was finally home.
Please, Ella. You know we love you, honey. Please don't throw us out. Please, I am so sorry.
We're really sorry. Ella, you can have your room back.
It was just a misunderstanding, please.
It's too late now. The whole world knows the truth. Now, please leave because I have to prepare for my first live concert. The concert was amazing. Thousands of people came. I was living the dream. Liam was even waiting for me backstage with a bouquet of flowers. Oh, thank you so much. I love them. You're the best, you know. You saved me from my evil stepmother. Exactly like a fairy tale.
And because I did that, don't I deserve a date just to be authentic to the story?
You do. Let's go get some ice cream.
And a kiss.
Yeah, and a kiss. And that's how I wrapped up my story. I got rid of the evil stepmother and her daughters. I became a superstar. I got the Prince Charming, and I have the happily ever after that everyone wishes for.
Hi friends, my name is Subin and I'm from Korea. Please like and subscribe. When my mom was pregnant with me, so was her best friend.
When our kids are born, they'll be buddies just like us.
And Ben and I were growing up. He was my pal. One time, Ben and I were playing and he was running after me. Then he accidentally nudged me and I fell down the stairs. I hit my head. But before I could cry, Ben started wailing.
No, Subin! Oh my god, it's all my fault. Does it hurt? Let me pick you up. Gosh, you're heavy. Subin! Are you okay?
Ben? I'm fine, really. Saying that I hugged him. Ben was such a softie. I did get an infinity stone on my forehead, like Vision, but I didn't blame Ben. He was the best, and I wished we'd always be together. But when I was 5, Ben and his parents had to move to France for a work opportunity. And I missed him so much. As if things couldn't get any worse. Dad suffered a huge loss in his business soon after. Slowly, I saw how bad Mom and Dad's relationship was getting because of money problems. And after a few years, Mom left us. But Dad always tried to make me happy. We were so short on money that we had to shop at thrift stores, but he spent hours looking for the things I'd like.
Look at this jacket, Subin. It has rhinestones. You love rhinestones.
It is pretty, Daddy.
See? I told you we'd find some good stuff here.
Since I was a good student, I got a scholarship at my school and relieved Dad of that burden. I worked hard and was a top student. I needed to keep the scholarship. And when I was in the 10th grade, something awesome happened. Ben and his parents had returned to town and moved into a big mansion. And seeing Ben on the first day of school after summer vacation, my heart started beating fast. And then he swept me into his arms.
Subin! Oh my god, you haven't changed a bit!
But you have. You're so tall and wow, whoa, so muscular. Ben and I were in the same class and we started hanging out together all the time. But I soon realized he was getting way too much attention from all the girls, especially Haran. And she was the worst. She acted like she owned the whole town just because her mom was the mayor. And to my horror, Ben and Haran soon started dating. I hated her. But for Ben's sake, I pretended to be nice, and she did the same. She acted like a saint in front of Ben, but not when he wasn't around. She'd do petty things like pull out the chair when I was about to sit, and she would always comment on my clothes and appearance.
I'm saying all this for your benefit. No one likes a girl who looks so poor.
I'd rather be poor than a jerk like you. Gosh, what did Ben ever see in that witch? One time for lunch, Ben had gotten the yummiest pizza, and we were enjoying it when Haran came and hugged him tight.
Oh, I missed you so much in art class. Why didn't you join it, Benny Wenny?
You know I'm a science guy, babe. Here, wanna have some pizza?
She refused, and then Ben packed the leftovers and told me I should take them home because he was full. Dad and I never ordered out much, and I was happy to share it with him. A few weeks later, it was Ben's birthday, and he invited me to his place. I saw how Ben and Haran were dancing so close to each other, and it made me feel so jealous. I went to the balcony for some fresh air. After a while, I was headed back inside when Haran and some of her friends came, and I hid behind a plant.
You've really got yourself a hot boyfriend this time, Haran.
Yeah, he's totally wrapped around my fingers. He adores me and gives me the best gifts. There's just one problem. His miserable beggar friend. Oh, I really hate her. You know, Ben cares for her so much that he gets her favorite pizza for lunch every day and pretends to be full so she can take the leftovers home. He really pities her and she has no shame. She could probably live on his charity forever.
Why would Ben tell her something like that?
What? So pathetic.
Wiping my tears, I just ran back home. After that date, I sort of ignored Ben, even though he asked me if something was wrong a million times. I just didn't need his pity or his charity. When we were in our senior year, our teacher announced a science tournament and the winning team was going to get an amazing cash prize. Dad and I could always use the money, so I immediately signed up for it and I was paired with Ben. I tried to get my partner changed, but the teacher said it was final.
So you want to come over to my place to brainstorm some ideas?
No thanks.
Hey, Subin. I don't know why you stopped talking to me, but come on. This is a great opportunity. Let's do this together, please.
I knew Ben was a science genius and being paired with him was probably the best thing. So I reluctantly agreed. We came up with some really cool ideas and I ended up at his place almost every day to work on them. But I noticed how his mom was never around. A few times I asked about her, but he'd always ignore the question. But one time, Ben and I were at a park near his home, and he asked me the strangest question.
Subin, do you ever miss your mom? Does she call you? How does it feel to live with just one parent?
I never really thought about it. I guess it's not so bad knowing how much my dad loves me. It's not exactly a secret that we don't have much money, but he goes out of his way to make me happy. I don't know how to live with two parents, but the one I have, I love to bits.
That's really sweet, I asked because, well, my mom, she isn't well. She's going through treatment. Sometimes it's really hard to see her like that.
Oh God, Ben, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was going through such a rough time.
Subin, why'd you stop talking to me?
Taking a deep breath, I told him what happened at his birthday party.
Subin, Heron kind of twisted my words. Yeah, I told her you guys were going through a tough time, but because you're my friend and I care about you, not because I pity you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have discussed it with her at all.
Saying that he came close and swept my bangs aside.
You still have the scar. I was so scared that day. I'm so sorry, Subin.
Hey, it was a long time ago, and it kind of reminded me of you. When you were away, Ben looked at me like he might kiss me, but he suddenly snapped his fingers.
Bazinga! I just got a brilliant idea for our project.
And he sure did. Just a few more adjustments and our model worked. We came first at the science competition, and Ben gave all the prize money to me, saying I did the hard work. It wasn't true, and I knew he was just being kind. Why did such a nice guy have to be with Haran? But then Ben told me one day that he was going to break up with Haran soon. My heart was jumping with excitement, but I pretended to be sad. And when Ben broke it to Heron, the girl had a complete meltdown. She took a bat and smashed all the notice boards around the school during her psycho rampage. Heron suddenly spotted me and was coming right at me, but Ben stepped in between.
Stop making a fool of yourself, Heron. It's over.
You're doing this because of her! Because of this poor, ugly bimbo!
Subin's my best friend, and she's special to me. Don't insult her again.
Haran stomped off furiously, and I was left dazed. Ben just said I was special to him. Whoa. I was on cloud 9, and I just needed to confess my love to my best friend. I didn't have the guts to say it to his face, and we didn't have phones, so I wrote him a letter. Dear Ben, I saw you for the first time in kindergarten, and I've had a crush on you since. What I really want to tell you is that I love you a lot. Subin. During recess, I slipped the note in Ben's bag, but for some reason he got called to the principal's office in the last period. I kept wondering if he saw the letter, and when I got a reply the next day in my locker, I almost had a heart attack.
Dear Subin, I love you too. I was going to tell you, but I didn't have the courage. Let's meet at our spot tonight. I can't wait to kiss you. Ben.
It was like all my dreams were coming true. Wearing a new dress, I went to the park and waited for Ben. I was so excited and nervous. But suddenly I felt someone pull my hair and I landed on my butt. Heron!
Oh, a new dress for Ben! Ha ha ha! He ain't coming, sweetie. He showed us your letter and we're all in fits.
What? You're lying.
Oh no, I'm not. You really think he'd leave me for some poor beggar like you? In your dreams, girl.
Haran kicked me and suddenly I saw red and I pounced on her. but her friends got me off of her, and then they all ripped my beautiful dress. I felt so furious that I punched Heron square in the jaw. What happened next was a disaster. Heron called her mom and made up a whole story about how I attacked her for no reason, and her mom made a case of assault against me and actually sent me to juvie for 2 months. My dad was devastated, and so was I. Even worse, Ben never showed his face, not once. Coward! As soon as I got out, Dad and I left town. After weeks of interviews, Dad finally ended up finding a decent job, and I worked as a waitress too, while I studied in a community college. 4 years later, I graduated with a law degree at the top of my class. Luckily, I got hired by a law firm, and just a couple of years later, I became a junior partner. One day, I read a piece of news that filled me with joy. Haran's mom had been arrested for corruption during her time as mayor. The whole family was being publicly humiliated. They deserved it. Sometime later, my firm asked me to set up an office in my old town, and I was kinda glad to return. I wanted to show everyone what I'd made of myself. One day, I was busy doing some paperwork when Heron walked into my office asking me for a job.
Please, Subin, help me! No one in this town wants to hire me or my family for anything. I know I was mean to you.
Cruel, you were cruel to me.
Yes, cruel and terrible. Please, please forgive me.
After Haran begged for a job for days, I finally let her be my personal assistant. And she had to do literally everything I asked. I really made her suffer for a while. It was fun, but then it wasn't. Seeing her qualifications, I gave her a higher position.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you. And this means you've forgiven me?
No, not really, but I'm trying to be a better person, better than people were to me.
Subin, I never wanted things to go so far with you going to juvie and everything. Mom just got carried away. I'm really, really sorry.
After that day, Heron was always nice to me, and so was I. I just didn't want to hold grudges. But one day, as I was walking out of a coffee shop, I bumped into a guy. It was Ben.
Oh my God, Subin, I've missed you. We need to talk.
Suddenly, the memory of him giving my letter to Heron came rushing back. No, stay away from me! But the next day, there were tons of roses in my office and a note from Ben telling me how he wanted to meet at our spot. What a jerk. But this kept happening every day for a week. One day, I got so frustrated that I started throwing them out the window. But Haran stopped me.
Subin, I need to tell you something, and it's gonna make you hate me even more. But I have to. Ben is completely innocent.
What are you talking about?
Ben never got your letter. I stole it from his bag, and I lied that he showed it to me. I made all of that up, and he never showed up to see you because, well, he'll tell you everything. And again, I'm terribly sorry.
I drove to our spot in the park and saw Ben sitting on a bench. And I gave him a chance to explain. Turns out the day I put the letter in his bag, Ben got the news that his mom had suddenly gotten much sicker. And he flew to France with her for some treatment. He stayed there the next 3 months, and he said he called my place and wrote me letters, but he never got a reply. And when he returned, I'd already left town.
I looked for you a lot, but I had no idea where you were or why you'd left without a word, till Heron reached out to me some weeks ago and explained everything she did.
She just told me everything, too. I'm so sorry about your mom. I'm sorry I left without giving you a chance to even explain.
It's all in the past. There's only one thing I need to say to you now, Subin. The thing is, I've always...
Loved me?
Yes!
I've always loved you too, Ben, since forever.
Hey, I'm Luna. Please like and subscribe. I'm about to share a story about the challenges life has thrown at me. My parents, especially my dad, weren't what some would call expressive and loving. They constantly fought and seemed to spend more time hating each other than anything else. Dad always had the TV blaring. The noise kept me up at night, so I often resorted to sleeping with headphones on. I knew he wasn't a bad person. He just had some annoying habits and seemed to enjoy annoying Mom. Mom was kind. She did her best to be the best mom. She'd surprise me with toys and candies. My favorite place was our treehouse, which Mom built for me. It was my escape. I loved spending time there with my bestie Lily.
Luna, everything will be okay. My mom got me 2 dolls and I want to give you one. Let's grab some ice cream.
Lily was my best friend since kindergarten. She always knew how to cheer me up, sharing her toys with me. We were inseparable, so much so that some people at school mistook us for twins. Plus, Lily had an amazing voice. Sometimes she sang to me until I fell asleep in the treehouse. Lily's family seemed perfect. Her mom was a successful fashion designer, and her dad was a police officer. Sometimes I found myself wishing I was part of her family, but I'd immediately feel guilty knowing my mom loved me. When I was 16, my gymnastics coach said I should compete in another state. Excited, I asked my parents for money to go. Dad, busy with his motorbike, brushed me off.
Wish I could, honey, but I gotta paint the bike. It's my pride and joy.
I could tell Mom wanted to help by the way she looked at me, giving me the "I wish I could help you, dear" look. That day, I made up my mind to do something. I grabbed my dad's motorbike keys, thinking I could ride to the competition myself. But since I didn't really know how to drive, I ended up crashing into a fire hydrant. Dad was furious about his damaged bike. But before he could say anything, Mom intervened.
Don't you dare yell at her!
Mom then hugged me and handed me some money.
Here, take this money. I've been saving it for quite a while now. I love you, baby.
I hugged Mom tightly. I participated in the gymnastics competition and took second place. On the way back, my coach had some really bad news.
Your mom got into an accident while buying ingredients for your favorite apple pie. She's in the hospital now, in a coma.
I couldn't say a word. I just stayed quiet all the way home. When I got back, Dad hugged me and told me not to worry, saying Mom would be okay. Later at dinner, I asked Dad something tough. Dad, can I stay with Lily's family for a bit? It's not that I don't like being with you, but I feel happier there. They really care about me.
Sure, if that makes you happy. I'll talk to Lily's parents.
And Lily's family was really welcoming. Lily's mom used to say,
"We're glad to have you, dear. You're like my second daughter from now on."
That's how I ended up living with my best friend's family. They even gave me my own room. Lily's parents were wonderful. They looked after me and made me feel like I was their daughter, even though her dad wasn't always. I loved them with all my heart and thought of them as family. Lily and I even got closer. We'd spend all night talking or playing video games. I still saw my dad from time to time, and he seemed to be improving, becoming nicer.
I'll keep getting better until you say you want to come back and live with me.
Well, that might take some time, but yeah, keep your hopes up. One day, as I was walking around the house, I found a room full of beautiful clothes. Curious, I started trying them on. Lily's mom walked in on me.
You look beautiful. I've always hoped to share my wardrobe with a daughter.
Just then, Lily walked in, and her mom invited her to join.
Lily, darling, come try on some clothes too.
I don't want to.
Soon, I got really close to Lily's mom. We hung out a lot, and I even helped her out at photo shoots, sometimes modeling for her. One day, I was shocked to see my picture on the cover of a big magazine.
I wish Lily liked fashion like you do. Thank you for always being here for me.
I smiled and thanked her for making me feel like part of her family. But something was off with Lily. She started keeping to herself, staying in her room, and didn't want to hang out or do anything with me. When I tried talking to her, she just said,
"I want to be left alone."
I was really worried about Lily's sudden change and couldn't figure out what I did wrong. I kept trying to fix things, even apologizing, but nothing worked. She sometimes even yelled at me. I had to give her space, even though it hurt a lot. One evening at dinner, Lily's mom shared some exciting news.
Luna, your teacher called. Your college aptitude test scores were amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Turning to Lily, her mom asked,
"And how did yours go, honey?"
"Oh, I didn't bother with it. I'm going to be a singer, so I don't need it. Maybe one of your famous friends could help produce my album."
I won't do that. I want more for you. You're going to college, and later you can decide what you want.
What? You can't make those decisions for me. I'm going to be a singer, and that's that.
As your mom, yes, I can guide you.
You can't tell me anything.
Lily, stop. Your mom's just trying to help.
You shut up. My life was better before you showed up. Go back to your miserable family and leave us alone. I hate you both.
Angry, Lily knocked all the family pictures off the shelf. After that, her behavior got worse. She began skipping school and got mad whenever someone tried to talk about what she was doing. Lily's behavior toward me got worse, turning her into what felt like a real-life villain. She constantly tried to make trouble for me, and even though her mom always ended up forgiving me, it just made Lily angrier. For example, Lily switched her unfinished homework with mine, confusing my teacher. Luckily, the teacher sorted it out. Lily made a fake social media account with my name, posting embarrassing stuff. It took a while, but I showed it wasn't me and shut it down. Lily hid a library book I borrowed, causing me to get late fees. Her mom found it later and figured out Lily's trick. Lily messed with my bike's brakes. I felt something was wrong before I rode it and stopped myself from getting hurt. This escalated one afternoon when Lily's mom was away on a business trip. and her dad was away at work. Lily decided to do something drastic. She turned the backyard into a makeshift movie theater. I'm not sure showing a movie here is a good idea.
Well, it's better than having you around all the time.
The backyard quickly filled with people, the projector buzzing to life. I stayed inside, trying to avoid the chaos, and was flipping through a magazine when suddenly someone stumbled into my room.
Oops, my bad. I was looking for the kitchen. Hey, is that a magazine about vintage cars? My dad collects them, and I've read a bunch about them. Is that the issue with the 60s muscle cars?
Yes, it is. His name was Brian. We discovered we shared a lot of interests and spent the evening chatting in the kitchen. Just as we were really connecting, the screen outside fell over with a crash. Suddenly, Lily and her mom came in.
Look, Mom, I knew it. Luna set up this whole movie thing just to hang out with her boyfriend.
Boyfriend? That's not true. Why would I organize this party? Lily, you're my only friend here.
Then explain him being in your room. This must be your party.
Enough, Lily. I don't think Luna would do this. But young man, it's time for you to go home. Please.
Lily looked so angry and stormed off. She stopped talking to me and just ignored my existence. I kept talking to Brian. Having him in my life was great. He was nice-looking and well-mannered. His family had money, and he shared his dream of becoming a doctor with me. A few days later, Lily's mom called me into the living room, where I found my dad sitting.
I really care about you and loved having you here, but things with Lily are getting tough. She's feeling left out. Plus, your dad's been talking to us. He's made some changes, wants you back, and misses you a lot.
The past few months have been really tough without you. I love you and want you to come home.
I didn't say much. When I feel a lot, I find it hard to speak. But I managed to say, I'll pack my things. I moved back with Dad. And honestly, things weren't bad. He had really improved, and hanging out with him wasn't bad at all. But I ended up blocking Brian. I didn't have a strong reason to cut him off. I felt like I didn't deserve him and just needed a fresh start. A few months after finishing high school, I couldn't go to college right away. Dad didn't have the money because we had big hospital bills for Mom, so I started working as a pizza delivery person. It was tough, but I never thought about quitting. I worked really hard and finally got into college. I planned to study economics and maybe even start my own business someday. While studying, I took any job I could get. Eventually, I managed to rent a tiny apartment with a view of the city dump. It wasn't much, but it was mine. I could finally study and rest there. Dad even helped me buy a used car for my delivery job. Things were starting to get better. I kept working hard, aiming for success. I often thought about Lily and her parents, and my mom too. I missed them a lot. With exams coming up, I studied all night and worked all day. I felt unstoppable, like nothing could slow me down. But one day, while out on a delivery, I suddenly felt very dizzy, and the next thing I knew, I crashed into a tree. I was rushed to the hospital. Everything hurt, but what pained me the most was my thoughts. Why couldn't things just go right for once? I hugged my pillow and burst into tears. Then a young doctor came in, and I was shocked. Brian, is that really you? He recognized me too.
I always thought I'd run into the girl who broke my heart again.
Feeling embarrassed, I just looked down and stayed quiet as usual. Brian had finished medical school and was now an intern at the hospital. I apologized, and we chatted for a while and swapped phone numbers. Over time, we got closer and started dating. Brian had the kindest heart, and he even helped me with my college fees. One day, I went to the hospital to bring Brian his lunch and decided to visit Mom afterward. I entered her room, and she looked so peaceful, just like an angel. I gently kissed her forehead. Mom, I have to tell you something. I tried to replace you. I was so angry when I felt you gave up on me, so I gave up on you. I was angry at Dad, too. Even though the poor man was struggling without you, I used to be mad at Lily. But as I got older, I understood her, and we made up. I'm friends with her mom now, too. I love them, but no love can match yours. Guess what I found out this morning? I'm pregnant. I'm going to surprise Brian tonight on our date. I think he's going to propose, and I'll say yes. Mom, I'm happy, but my happiness isn't complete without you. Tears overwhelmed me, and I laid my head on her hands. When suddenly, I felt her hands move. Overjoyed, I ran to the doctor like a little kid shouting, "My mommy is awake! My mommy is aware!"